Om Gang Ganapataye Namaha, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, hariom. In this talk, let us examine the concept of death, mortality and immortality. Actually, from the realm of, from the perspective of I am, as we know, I am is through I am, the existence awareness, these are revealed. Actually, the root existence awareness, they are directly expressing as I am. However, now that root existence awareness is very much immortal, that is all pervading, it is nirakara, formless. And its reflection in the individual equipment, in the individual equal, is depending on the templates held, the word I am, or whichever the language one is, um, whosoever language, it is revealing through that word. Now, this as a content, that root backend, all pervading content is existence awareness, and it is it is forend, it is operating as I am. Now this I am, it definitely I am, it exists, and it is also it is wielding the awareness, knowledge. Now as awareness existence, it is immortal. Now once it has dissociated from that content to which it owes, it has fallen down. It has fallen down from where? From immortality. As existence awareness, it is immortal. The moment it fell down, it is operating an existing entity on its own. This is means it has lost immortality, means it has dropped from the immortality, means it became mortal. Now the being, there is a great threat of now he cannot be there. Now he is in turn, he has slipped into the known domain, that is body, mind, intellect, prana, and these things are already carrying the tag of death. They are mortal. Now this person, this entity which is otherwise immortal, now it has lost its immortality. Now it is getting itself affiliated, attached to this mortal field. Now this mortal field, and the person seeks to be immortal, and what all this field offers, it is not acceptable to him. The field, that body, it's all those inclement things, particularly old age, and then the inevitable end, all these are, and the continuous flux of the emotions, these are really making the person traumatic, and some relief is getting is obtained in deep sleep, but again when one wakes up, he is very much landing in this field, and that field is prone to death, and he has already fallen from death, and it is his that inevitable thing is happening, and the innings are concluded in distress. Now the reality from the absolute point of view, if one traces his true nature, then he is endowed with awareness, and that awareness, there is no death, because awareness is wielding energy. Energy itself is deathless. Energy cannot be, is imperishable, and the contender of energy is awareness, like voltage and current, that analogy, and energy reveals in its action, and now energy itself is Energy there is no demise, and energy wielder also no awareness has also no device. Otherwise, if this is really comprehended, there is no mortality. Absolutely, it is cheerful thing, and a person is, though he operates through the mind, he is aware of his true nature. He is always blissful. It is secondary. The disposition of the body is secondary, and this body. Now let us see the transient, fleeting nature of this body. Every breath, we know those who are no more today morning, they were unaware yesterday. Those who are unaware no more in the evening, they are. So there is uncertainty, there is a kind of a total kind of a question mark on the sustenance of this body, and that agony to preserve it, excess care somehow is making life furthermore agonizing. One is unable to complete the full cycle of the life because of because what it is, it cannot be the expectation that it has to be safe, it has to be well. Friends, the only way smartness is to outgrow detachment. We are not our costume, we are not our car, we are where we are operating, we are what all, we are in a house, we are not the house, we are in a country, we are not the country, we are not in the where we are indweller, and same way we are not body. Once this is upheld, then there is everything to cheer up. So this, see the uncertainty, every breath there is a pause. That way, if you see per minute 72, no, yeah, 72, that pulsations, and nearly 16 to 18 inhalations, exhalations, around 133 milliseconds is the interval of threat. And with this threat, see the planning, programming, and whatnot, and those who are no more, it is always a shocker. And the practical, visible fact has been that bodies are bound to perish, and as if, and it is not accepted, and taking it for granted, the individual himself is conducts as if no death, and also interacts with everybody else as if they have no death, and in more so, it is more of a pulling that kind of a thing. In fact, it is the mortality. We should make people to be more loving, more understanding, more tolerance. So, when in the previous thing, when we have discussed about that wake state, we are uh, we are by default, like we drove down to the town. Here we are slipping into the thing, but the antidote for this has been the introspection. For this one has to have the discrimination, and then we have to find solace, and this is the redemption. So okay, each one of us most have are connected to God in form, but the God in form is only a pointer of God's true nature. Is the God, wheresoever the God has said I am, that I am is very much this I am which is encoded. Actually, we all say I am, but the God also says I am. What is his I am? Is it localized to his body? When he said I am, this I am is that I am which we have been discussing. So this I am and correlation to the consciousness, slightly it has to be felt. More the talk, it is slightly in the sense verbally we are attempting, but it is an as such, because they are not two separate entities to be easily easily decoded, because all issues at the physical level, mental level, it is very nice. We can very comfortably revel upon. But the I am and awareness, these two are one and same. That's why we have floated those few examples to drive home this point. Suppose a letter I, an ink letter I, is is has no existence apart from ink, and a letter written with chalk piece I has no existence. Similarly, a letter I formed out of clay has no existence. Similarly, the letter I, because all these letters have their root subject, it is very much operating. So here the I is wielding awareness, and it is like that letter of the which owes to its source this awareness is immediately expressing. Because in our mundane thing also, somebody is unable to say I am, we say he is not conscious. So consciousness and I am are synonyms. Now this God, now also we say I am. Now God also says I am. Now that I am, is it same thing? Is God also? What is the actual basic contrast of the God principle and the discrete micro level, micro being? Micro being, he has boundaries. He is under the spell of three states: wake, dream, deep sleep, and he is operating in the three dimensions: time, space, and uh, so on. And is it same thing with reference to the God? Because God is the God principle is invoked by every one of us, and the God principle has to be certainly should be other than to the being. Then the being is limited, God is unlimited. He is he is finite, he is infinite. He has got limited power. It is abundant power, limited pervasiveness, unlimited pervasiveness, and limited knowledge. God has got unlimited knowledge. Now, but how about we have accepted God in human form? But this human form, example, if you take one thing of Lord Krishna or that matter God, he had is he his physical form? His physical, not that his physical form is not he, but confining to physical form alone is only making derogatory of the godhood. He is all pervading. This is revealed definitely during the Kurukshetra, when he has revealed his cosmic form, in that when he came for uh, as a mediator to before that war, he has also depicted his thing. That is all pervading, it is transcending all three worlds. And that God, even Lord Rama, for that sake we say Anta Ramamayam. Nadalu Vanambalu, Nana, everything. That means Anta means everywhere, ever present, everywhere present. Wheresoever present. That's why our Shruti says, Induga, Shruti says, everywhere. Induga, God means it implies ever present, everywhere present, transcendental. He is untainted, he is immute, he is ever liberated. Asanga, he cannot be tainted. That is the Godhood, and God expects us to elevate to Godhood, because every parent loves to see their children reach them. Now that's why our scriptures say four categories of the people approach God. One is who is in distress, who wants some desire, who wants from jnana, There is a jignasu, there is jnani. God says, there is jignasu and me, we are one and same, because the space in a part, it has dissociated with the part. Part means the known domain. Always part means known domain, and it has established its identity with the space. Space means here we have to space with awareness. Actually, awareness and space, there is a close, not close, one and same, but for awareness. And this space which is in the part, the space which has identified, and the space has never become is never is a part. Space is partless, space is all pervading, and it is universal. And God expects one to be to emulate him. He is held dearer to me, because Jnani and me are one and same. Jnani means one who is awareness. See, this all effort of unfoldment I am is to equate to that realm. The true nature of the God is awareness, which is all pervading, which is immortal, blissful. Now, all this effort also, this miniature I, as attributes, it is one. As its volumetric pervasiveness, there is a contract. It is a land of a localized to the plot. Actually, land has never has become a piece. It never became a broken. But the whatever is, we are making a line on the piece of land, 100 yards by 100 yards. It is only a kind of a assumption, but land has never become a piece. It is already integral part of the mainland. Now there is a construction over it, whatever, some kind of a thing, activity, building. Now this land, it is superimposing to be there is a projection, and it is identifying with the structure on the plot. Now, as land, now first it is not the structure, it is land, and that land is integral part of that undivisible land. That is the fact, and it has to be comprehended. It is for this reason the enlightened masters always point to third eye. Third eye means the two eyes are connecting us to the non-self. Non-self means the field, known field, body, mind, intellect, and material, emotions, all those things. It is the limitation to the third eye means awareness. Awareness, I am. So all this attempt is that I am to be liberated from the known domain, and it is then liberate it being known. Yes, it is it is non it is not the known. It is not the known means it is knowledge, and me and my knowledge are two sides of the coin, and me and knowledge as me is okay, knowledge is directly, then it is nirakara. It is the same I am which the God has pronounced. And see, God is all pervasiveness. This is what is uh, the truth about the thing. And now in our parlance we talk about the astika. Astika, somebody who believes God. Nastika means who doesn't believe God. Now this so-called devotee, whosoever is in the path of godhood, see, when God is beyond time, beyond space, his God, whom he is, whom he has identified, he is he is the time and space allotted to him is fraction. Fraction. Suppose one woke up at 6 o'clock, went to bed at 9. Now out of these 15 hours, now what is the time allocated to God? Remaining time there is no God. And what is the space allocated to God? Some form. Now the non-form, the outside his form there is no God. Space. Now space minus God is 99%. Time minus God is 99%. And one side, the God principle means it is existence. It is beyond time and space. Now, other than that time which is focused on to one's own pursued God, that is 99%. Then there is omission of the God principle. Now the so-called, if you see, but Asti Brahman, the Brahman God principle, existence means it is ever present, everywhere present. But is it so? Now how it is feasible for that such God to operate? It is energy, consciousness, and these God incarnations are only driving home that point. Let it be Visover, because we are these are the very much the tag to carry Godhood means their knowledge and thing. Now, now how it is understood? Somebody who accepts God in a form for a certain time, he is treated as astika, but his astikahood is only 1%. Other times, then how do we see the God? It is God's glory, God's power, which it's God's power, and which is at the micro level body, Shakti power, and at macro level, it is elements, gross elements like earth, everything, and at the emotions level, it is light of the God, and they are all. It is all emotions are energy in motion, and they owe to the energy. Feelings, they are all from the analogy of the dream. They are all. It is a play of the light. So, so now there is nothing like. So we are every time reminded, cognized that when we see anything, this is what is third eye. If you see the chair, we see the wood, and for a naked eye, it is chair. We see the wood, and within wood, we turn its atomic structure and back end to atom energy, and like that. If we trace, there is nothing like non-God. Nothing like non. If we take our feelings, all these are illuminated like a film reel downstream. Hero is light only, heroine light only. Ever their car, their lake, everything is light only. What not? All that is seen on the screen is very much light. It is only formations of the light, derivations of the light. So when we are at the with our thoughts or emotions, we are pursuing the light that forms all, and when we are pursuing the formations of the Shakti, gross things Shakti, and when it comes to the I am, I-ness, it is Jnana. Can there be now he is asked this at this stage, it is deserves to be called Astika. Means there is no second or space where the Godhood is dropped. When I am operating, I am awareness. Awareness I am. When we pursue any physical gross things, it is power. And when we are connecting to our feelings, emotions, they are all play of the light. So where is the space for thing? So if this bhavana, if this third eye is not held, then is it not that God is denied court-martialed? Court-martial means his existence, knowledge, and power and light. Now it is now and existence ever present. Now, but now the accepted God is only taken for for some duration, for localized to some space. Now we have made God time-wise limitation, space-wise limitation, and we have definitely made God a limited entity, and this is what even the so-called spiritual pursuits may give a momentary relief, but but it is not. But with the life of two eyes is also to also is limited to this slip, and it is the uninterrupted awareness that is the need of the hour. And like that SOS and the body, we don't know which second could be the last second, and that SOS threat is there. First thing we have to master is this art, that we are not bodies. That only we can be blissful, cheerful. Otherwise, this limitation sustains and robs the melody of the life. Because anything like in dream, which is dual, gives space for stress, stress and fear and agony. And see the oneness, notice the post wake up. It is oneness. Now also it is oneness. Existence, existing as I am, existence, jnana, I am, existence, light, then feelings, existence, power, and the physical things. Other than actually like ocean and waves, like clay and pots, and all that is manifested is very much the reflections of the source. It is oneness. If there is a scope for two, more than one, then it will it is bound to give space for pain. That's why the scriptures say Tarate Shokam Atmavid. Shoka Atmavid, the one who is established with the oneness alone transcends pain. See, the solution for pain is to pursue oneness. So that is the state, and our talks are very much focusing onto that direction of detachment from the inner jada income, that known domain, and reminding it to be awareness, and that awareness is formless, is universal. It is unbounded. In fact, most of our hymns connect to this only. Varenyam, actually there, the seeker sought process of seeking. The seeker, it is like a bride, it is making choice of the groom and the process of connecting. So one has to make the choice of that existence, knowledge, light, and power, and that is the actual power, unlimited power. Even from worldly point of view, people are also only connecting to the power, but these are limited powers, and these powers are mortal. So we have to make the right choice of connecting to the thing, and symbolically that third eye implies this state only. We have to connect. We will continue our discussions, interactions, but the topic is the I am, focusing, and the root of I am. This is the solution. This gives the much needed. This is the only redemption for the being to be blissful and immortal. Hariom.